Hello and welcome to Budget Beauty, where I help you look flawless for less. Today we're doing a get ready with me, a full face of dollar makeup. Now this makeup isn't from the Dollar Tree. It is from an online company called Shop Miss A. Now the majority of the makeup that I'll be sharing with you in today's video cost just around $1, but nothing was more than a couple of dollars. I have an entire full face of makeup from start to finish, and I can't wait to share it with you. We're going to see how the quality is, and we're going to compare it to not only Dollar Tree makeup, but just drugstore makeup in general. So if you're excited for a get ready with me full face of dollar makeup, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're new or you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love to have you here. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell next to it so you never miss a single video. I will make sure I link everything down in the description box for you. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok for more beauty on a budget. Let's jump into this full face of Shop Miss A dollar makeup. I even picked up this cute little handheld mirror off of their website. And here is our box of makeup that we're going to be using today. I seriously can't wait. It's been hard for me to hold off filming this video because I can't wait to try this brand out to see if it lives up to the reviews on the Shop Miss A website. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in and we'll get started. I'm going to go in with their primer spray. So this says that the light mist blurs imperfections, fine lines, and reduces oil and shine and the appearance of large pores. So this is what we're going to prime our face with. Ooh, it smells good. It has a fresh smell to it. Feels really good on the skin. Next, I'm gonna use the AOA Aqua Primer. So it's in a little squeeze, and we're just going to apply that to the face as well, and that will be the base for our makeup. And this also smells really good, very fresh, kind of ocean-like. Now it feels really nice on the skin. It's a bit tacky, just as primer should be, and it feels very hydrating and smoothing. So for foundation, I picked up two different ones. First is this drop foundation, again from the brand AOA, and this is the color 307 Natural Beige. And then I also picked up the Natural Finish foundation from AOA. This says medium to full coverage, and this is in the shade Fair Ivory. Now I am a little bit darker right now from Self Tan, so I think I'm going to use the drop foundation. And I picked up some brushes off of their site as well, so we literally have an entire full face of their makeup. These brushes were super affordable. They feel really nice, soft but stiff. So I'm going to use this Kabuki brush to blend out my foundation. So this definitely looks more like my current shade with Self Tan. So we're going to blend this out and see what kind of coverage we get and how blendable it is. So far I've done the lower half of my face. It looks good. I think this shade may be a bit too dark for me, just a bit, but I can definitely make it work. So it looks good. It's giving me, I would say, a light to medium coverage. It's definitely not a full coverage. The other foundation says that it's full coverage, so if that's what you're looking for, that may be a better option. But as far as how it feels on the skin, it feels nice and light on the skin, and it's giving me enough coverage. I'm very much a light to medium coverage foundation person anyway, so this is pretty perfect for me. All right, we're all blended out. It looks really good. No patchiness at all. It blended really easily. I would definitely compare it to the NYX drop foundation, but of course much less expensive. And I love this brush. This brush absolutely would recommend. So I wasn't able to find a concealer that would match my shade on their website. They do have some concealer options, but luckily this foundation is a little light for my skin right now. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as a concealer just under my eyes and just to conceal any blemishes or dark spots on my face. So we'll actually get to try out both foundations, just one as a concealer. So I'm just going to apply just a little bit under my eyes. This will be perfect because this is much too light for my skin tone. And then I do like to put just a little bit around my nose. I currently don't have any blemishes, so I'm just going to put it where I get redness or oily. Then I'll just finish blending out with that same brush I used for foundation. And this actually worked perfect. So that looks really good. I feel like that that foundation worked perfect as a concealer. So now we're going to go ahead and set our face with setting powder. So this is again from the brand AOA, and this is their Perfect Setting Powder. And I picked up the brightening to maybe give my face a little bit of luminosity. You know that I really like to use those illuminizers when I add foundation, and they didn't have any on the Shop Miss A website. So I thought if I picked up a brightening powder, it would kind of give me that same glow from within look. So I also picked up this nice big fluffy brush. Oh, it feels so nice. These brushes, and they were really affordable. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into my setting powder, tap it off, and then I'm just going to definitely set my under eye and then add a little bit all over my face. Wow, look at that. I'm completely impressed with this setting powder. It didn't change the color of my foundation, but look at the difference between my set eye and my eye I haven't set yet. And for the affordable price, wow. Dare I say, this is one of my favorite setting powders I've ever used. You can see that it mattified everything, but still gave me a little bit of a glow. It looks like my skin, but better. There's no powdery substance. And again, this brush, obsessed. I will probably hop on their website and order a few more brushes. They feel so good and such high quality. So for my face, I found this face palette from the brand Amuse. It looks like there is a highlighter, a couple of blush tones, and a bronzer. And also from the brand AOA, I picked up a contour stick. So we're going to contour and do the rest of our face. This is the Sculpt FX contour stick, and I chose the color Clay. I always contour under my cheekbone. Ooh, that's perfect color. So under my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, and then just across my forehead. I'm going to blend that out with that same brush that we did for the foundation. So first impression of the contour, you can see when I blended it out, it kind of blended away to nothing. I don't know that I love that. You can barely see the color of the contour, and it looks a bit like I still have a line on my face. Let's try the forehead here. I don't love this. I don't know if it's the color, the formula, but I feel like when I blended that away with my brush, literally most of the contour blended away completely. Now, if you went in with a beauty blender, it may be a better way to apply and blend out the contour. I like it, but I don't love it, but we can definitely fix that with bronzer. So this is another brush that I picked up off of their website. So far, I'm loving their brushes. So we're gonna go into the bronzer, and I'm going to try to bronze my face a bit more to try to fill in a little more color that I missed from that contour stick. So the bronzer I like. It seems to be a nice warm tone. I'm going to just apply that everywhere that I would typically apply bronzer. Again, obsessed with this brush, and I feel like that really helped it out. So you can see that I was able to contour my face a bit more with the bronzer and add that little bit of beautiful summer glow. So far so good on that face palette. Let's go ahead and try out one of the blushes. So we have two options. We have kind of an orangey tone and we have a pink tone. I think that I'm going to go with the pink tone. I'm going to use the same brush I used for my bronzer. I just went ahead and cleaned that off, and then we're going to apply up our cheekbone. I always start behind where I smile and up. That brings your face up instead of bringing your face down. So I like this blush, really pretty color. And I always just kind of drag that over my nose as well. So there is that pink blush. I do really like that. I do want to try this orangey color out. So I'm going to kind of go right over the top of that and see if that brings it a little bit deeper. The pink is pretty light for me. Ooh, yeah, that looks good. That orange on top of that pink is perfect. There's the blush. I love it. Now again, the pink was just a bit light for me, so by going over the top lightly with the darker oranger shade, it really made that perfect blush. I do like to customize my blush colors a lot by mixing, so I think this looks really nice. With the same brush that I applied my setting powder, I cleaned this off. We're going to go in with the highlighter, which I'm excited about. Highlighters can be tricky. They can really accentuate any texture on your face, so I'm hoping that this highlighter does not do that and just gives me that pretty glow. Wow, look at that. So I will say that the highlighter maybe isn't as glowy as I usually do for highlighter. So it did give me that really pretty glow. I do like it. Actually, I really like this face palette. It's everything you need in one palette, and the price cannot be beat. I also picked up a liquid highlighter, so I do want to try this as well. I think I'm just going to add just a little bit of this on my cheekbones because, like I said, I like a really bold highlight. I'm one of those girls. So although I like this, I'm going to see if I can enhance it just a little bit. So here is what it looks like. I'm going to just put a couple of drops on my cheeks here. Kind of blend that in with the Kabuki. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That added that little bit of extra glow. I'm loving these products so far. So far, I'm completely impressed on the quality. Here's the setting spray that I chose off of the website. This actually came in a duo pack with the primer spray. I'm going to go ahead and set my face before we get started on the eyes. I like to do this just in case there's fallout from the eyeshadow. It's just easier to brush away. Ooh, that also smells good. It's a little rosy, floral smell. It smells really good though. I will also link my cute little leopard fan. I bought this off of Amazon down in the description box for you. I love this to dry any type of setting spray. From the same brand of the face palette, Amuse, I picked up an eyeshadow primer. So we're going to apply this before we start our eyeshadow. This is in the shade Blank Canvas. Here's what it looks like. So this is perfect. I always apply an eyeshadow primer or an eyeshadow base. I find that your eyeshadow stays put longer, and if your lids are oily at all, it will keep your eyeshadow in place rather than it creasing and sliding off during the day. Just going to use one of my brushes, the one that I generally use for base, put on this Blank Canvas. So this is going on really good. Generally, I use a MAC paint pot, and this is giving me those same vibes for about a 20th of the price. It's blending on really well. There's no patchiness or creasing. So like I said, I use a MAC paint pot. This is giving my MAC paint pot a run for its money. I love how this applied. It is silky and smooth like the MAC. No creasing. It blended out really well. Wow, I'm impressed. Here's the eyeshadow palette that I chose. This is from Starry Boutique Colors. Look at how gorgeous these eyeshadow shades are. I will say that the one thing I'm concerned about with this palette is all of the shades are shimmer. Generally, I like to have a matte base and then do a shimmer on my lid, but we're gonna make this work. And in fact, this is a good test to see if you can come up with a nice look just using a shimmer palette. To set my primer and to set my eye, I'm going to go in with this light pink shade. And I'm just using my brushes that I generally use for eyeshadow. I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of brushes that I didn't need off of their website, but I did want to try their brushes, and I am utterly impressed. So that kind of set that primer. It is a little bit shimmery, but definitely not as shimmery as I thought it would be, which is great because I didn't want to have this full shimmer look if possible. And I think we're gonna do the fun colored side today. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this really pretty gold shade. There is a little bit of fallout in the pan, but I did set my face, and fallout doesn't bother me. I just wipe it away. Oh, that's pretty, that yellow. So it's not extremely pigmented. I'm hoping that I can build this up. So I generally will tap in first and then blend out. That is absolutely beautiful. I have to say that even though these shadows look pretty shimmery in the pan, when you apply them, there's a faint shimmer, which I really, really like. I'm hoping that that shimmer comes through a bit on the lid, but it's definitely less shimmery than I originally thought, which is great because I am again using this over my entire eye. You can also see that I've been able to really build up that color and that pigmentation, which is exactly what I was hoping would happen as well. So next I'm going to go in with this blue shade down in the corner, and I'm just going to apply that in my crease. So it has definite buildable pigment. I am really liking this palette. So into my outer corner, I'm going to use this emerald green shade. I want to really deepen that up, just that very, very outer corner. And then I'm gonna pull that just slightly under my lower lash line. I am noticing just a little bit of fallout on my face as well. But there's the green. Now trust the process. I haven't completely blended this out yet. I'm going to go all over my lid with this really pretty white shade. Wow, that's pretty. With my big fluffy brush, I'm just going to buff everything in and blend those colors together before we do the inner corner and the lower lash line. Blended and buffed together really nicely. I did lose a little bit of the pigment, but they still blended together really nice. Now for my inner corner and under my lower lash line, we're going to go in with this grapey purple color. And I'm going to place that just right here in my inner corner for that pop of color. Obsessed. Pretty pop of purple. And then with that same color, I'm just going to drag that under my lower lash line and buff that in. I'm just gonna wipe away any fallout. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm so impressed that these shades weren't as shimmery as they look in the pan, but just shimmery enough. So you can definitely use this one palette to do an entire eye. You don't need to purchase separate matte palettes. I think it turned out so pretty. For liner, I went with the AOA Artista Liquid Liner. This is more of a felt tip liner. So I'm going to go ahead and do my wing. This is going on really nicely. This went on like a dream. I really like the KVD tattoo liner. This went on just as well with less skipping than that high-end liner. The color is nice and rich and pigmented. Wow. So there's the liner. I'm shook. This liner is perfection. I know who's going back on the Shop Miss A website and buying more of her favorite products, the blushes, the liner, setting powder. Oh my gosh, so excited. For mascara, I also picked up the AOA brand, and this is just in black. I'm curious to see what the wand looks like. What the heck? Yeah. That's a no-go. Look at this. I can't get the wand out of the inside. Well, we're not going to be trying any Shop Miss A mascara, so let me go ahead and let me grab my regular mascara. I am going to put on false lashes, so we're just going to do a small coat of mascara on the upper and lower lash line. So that was a bit of an epic fail. So I'm just using the Totally Tubular mascara. So there's just one small coat on my upper lashes and lower lashes. There are the lashes that I ordered. These are again from the AOA brand. These are the Glam 3D Premium Faux Mink Lashes. I wanted to try their super strong lash glue, also from the AOA brand. So here's what the lashes look like. These are beautiful. I love a good dramatic lash that has a little bit of a wisp to it. So we're going to apply the glue. It's more of a wand strip lash glue, which is actually my favorite. So I'm gonna make sure that I get glue over the entire lash. So the real test with lash glue is whether it holds all day. So I will put here on the screen how it held all day, and if I struggled keeping the lashes on. Ooh, these are really, really pretty. So those are gorgeous. The band was nice and thin. It doesn't feel heavy. I actually can't tell that I have a lash on at all. So I'm thoroughly impressed. I am a lash girl through and through, and some inexpensive lashes can have really thick bands and feel really heavy on the eye. That is not the case. I love how wispy these are. Wow. So again, the true test is, does this glue last all day? So here are the lashes so far. I love these lashes. I love the way they look. I love the way that they go on. I am, again, shook at the quality. So for my brows, I picked up two products. The first is from Amuse, and this is their brow pencil in dark brown. So one end of the brow pencil is the pencil itself. and the other end is a spoolie. I'm just going to start filling in any sparse areas. This is an absolute perfect shade match. This is going on so well. It's nice and creamy, and I'm still able to make those hair-like strokes, but I'm able to also line out my brow. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at the difference. This pencil works so well. Look at those brows. Because I have crazy eyebrows, I also grabbed their Go Brow from AOA, the brow gel or brow mascara, and this is actually clear. So I'm just going to use this to set my brows in place. So this could be a dupe for the NYX brow glue if it works just as well. So it's not as thick and goopy as the NYX brow glue, which I appreciate. And again, it went on really well. Let's see how it holds my brows throughout the day, because the NYX one, my brows don't budge and I have crazy brows. So I'll let you guys know on the screen too how that withheld throughout the day. Also, now that my lashes are dry, I always just go through and pinch my natural lash to the artificial lash. Again, these lashes, I'm ordering so many more pairs. So we're on to our lips, and I have the LA Colors Auto Liner in Pinky. So they do carry some of the LA Colors line as well, which you can find sometimes at your Dollar Tree. So this is a pretty pointy ended liner. Kind of hurts a little bit when you first start putting it on, but once it gets warmed up and gets going, it lines pretty well. So I like the color of this lip liner. I don't love the product. It's a pretty hard formula, so like I said, it kind of drags and hurts a little bit when you apply it. Maybe once you break through the barrier of the really pointed tip, it wouldn't be like that, but I do love the color. For lip color, I went with the Santee Super Extended Lip Gloss in the color 08. So I decided not to get a lipstick, but a lip gloss, because I'm much more of a liner and gloss girl. Ooh, it smells nice and fruity. Ooh, I love this color. It smells so good. It went on nice and smooth. It is pretty glittery in the tube, but I don't get that glitter when I apply it. And I love this combination of lip liner and lip gloss. So finally, we're gonna go back in with that setting spray and set our makeup, and I'll be back to share my final thoughts, and we'll go over whether or not Shop Miss A is a good deal for quality makeup. All right, let's talk final thoughts of Shop Miss A dollar-ish makeup. Overall, I am thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly impressed. There were so many products that I tried today that will be staples for me. I love the lashes. So far, I'm loving the strip adhesive glue. That lip gloss was amazing. Setting powder, I can't believe how blurring but yet illuminating that setting powder was. The brushes are a million out of 10. I will absolutely be ordering additional brushes from Shop Miss A. The eyebrow pencil, really everything that I tried. Oh my gosh, the eye primer could be a replacement for my MAC paint pot for a much more affordable price. The only products that I didn't love, well, number one is the mascara, because I couldn't even try it. That was a total fail. Now, I'm sure if I reached out to the company, they would send a replacement, but it's so affordable that it's not worth it to me to reach back out and try to get the mascara. I am a little bummed out I wasn't able to try it. The lip liner, I love the color, but it was really hard to put on. And again, that was the LA Colors. That's the only LA Colors product that I tried. And I do really like the eyeshadow. I think it went on really nicely. It did take a little bit of work to build up the pigment, but it blended out really nicely, but it kind of blended away. And it is a full shimmer palette, which is not something I would generally reach for, but I think that this fun mermaid vibe look really came together. The face palette is an extremely good bang for your buck. And the only other product I would probably skip on is that contour stick. Like I mentioned, I felt that it blended out to virtually nothing, but I will say that the overall look, I'm impressed. I think my makeup doesn't look like dollar or really inexpensive makeup. I think the overall look came together really nicely, and I love color when it comes to eyeshadow. So overall, I will be repurchasing off of the Shop Miss A website. Like I said, I will most likely right after this video go place an order for some of those products that I fell in love with. As I always say, spend your money on skincare and save your money on makeup, because some of these inexpensive dollar type of makeups drugstore makeups can be better quality than the expensive high end, so you don't have to spend a lot of money on makeup to have a pretty makeup look. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this look, as well as overall if you're going to be placing an order on the Shop Miss A website. If I remember correctly, it's only $25 order for free shipping, and because the products are so inexpensive, this entire box was packed full of products for the $25 free shipping. I also ordered another blush, a lip scrub, and some dry shampoo to reach that $25 threshold. But I can't believe that all of this makeup plus several more products were only $25. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of these full faces of affordable makeup, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new and you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love to have you here. Hit that subscribe button and click the bell right next to it so you never miss a single video. I will link everything down in the description box, as well as the Shop Miss A website. Highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.